Hello everyone, it's me, V. So weird. So I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for quite some time now, and I always like made an excuse saying like I never had time and I don't know what kind of content I would start off by saying, but what perfect way than during this quarantine. So the quality is crap because I'm doing it on photo booth on my Mac. I do have a camera that I bought like 2 years ago and probably used it twice. One time on a trip with my friends, and then another time, actually probably twice. I've used it, and then my parents used it in Vegas. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I know there's a lot of feelings of anxiety, of uncertainty, during this difficult time, and I don't know, I've been really anxious for the past like over a month now because we've been in quarantine for just about a month. So I think it's really normal. So what I kind of wanted to jump on here and talk about was so many things right now online are free, and kind of like what I've been doing to stay busy. So like every day or every time I get a book, like I'll post it on my Instagram page, and I get a lot of people like DMing me being like, oh, how was that? Let's do a book exchange. I have so many books just like over here, and I posted it on my story a couple weeks ago, and I said if anyone wants to borrow them, for them to let me know, and that offer obviously still stands. So besides reading books, I'm gonna just talk about a few that I read that really resonated with me, and I think that they're great reads. One of them being Out of the Shadows. It's a memoir. I borrowed it. I lent it to a friend, so I don't actually know the author's name at the top of my head, and I could Google it right now, but if you want it, just let me know. It was an amazing, amazing book. I definitely recommend to anyone to read it. It's about human trafficking and how this person got trafficked and her story, so definitely something I recommend. I read it in like 12 hours. Another one is Happy Go Money. This one's with Melissa Leong. She is actually on The Social, so she's the financial expert there. I'm so awful with my money, and something that I've been doing that has been really great during this quarantine is I've audited all my expenses. So for example, I actually posted about this on Instagram the other day, but I didn't know that Amazon Prime came with an Amazon Prime Video subscription. I mean, call me, I live under a rock, obviously. But so I would be paying for movies on iTunes and like renting them when some of those movies were on Amazon Prime. So I was like, okay. And I went and I did line by line for the last year. And every month I actually like sat down, highlighted, and calculated what I spent in every category. So like some are like non-negotiables, like your phone bill. Like that's, you have to pay for your phone bill if you want a phone. Car insurance, like that's fine, but a lot of my shopping, a lot of Indigo purchases, which I don't regret, but going out and eating. And so I did a big audit. So that's something that took up a lot of time. So if you're really bored and you've been wanting to do that, I definitely recommend it. I also cut a lot of expenses. So I was paying for a FabFitFun box, and when I did an audit of my bathroom the other day, I realized half of these products I'm either throwing out or donating because A, they're either expired, or B, I'm never going to use them, so I just donated them. So I canceled that subscription. I canceled a Spotify subscription because I have Apple Music, and like you don't need both, but like I don't know, I just had both because I needed it, I thought, for one at one point. So this book's really good with like helping you do your audits and stuff. If anyone wants to borrow it after I'm finished, let me know. I have like 1 or 2 chapters left, and I'm just rereading a couple more. This book's really good. It's a memoir as well. I'm really bad at describing the summary of books without giving it away, so I'm not going to attempt, but this, like, it took me like 8 hours to read. It was a great book. One book that I'm really enjoying reading right now, and I read a chapter of this a day. It's a very short book. It's only about like 140 pages. It's called Make Your Bed, and it's just the principle of like when you wake up in the morning, even in quarantine and during this time, how important it is to make your bed and feel accomplished first thing in the morning. I'm so guilty with like having my work laptop beside me, waking up at 8 o'clock, logging on, and then like being in bed until 10. And I realized that like I'm most productive in the morning. I'm one of those people that I don't like waking up at 6 a.m., but like I'll wake up at 7:30, and from like 7:30 to 12 I'm my most productive. In the afternoon I'm not. And like as I'm working from home, I'm realizing if I don't get into a morning routine, then I'm not being as productive as I want to be. So that's something that I definitely encourage. This book has 10 hacks that if you implement them in your morning routine and in life, it could contribute. And honestly, I've been doing that and I've been feeling really good and less anxious, which is a great thing. A book that just came in yesterday that I'm already halfway done is My Dark Vanessa. Again, I'm not going to describe what it's about because I'm really awful at it, but really good book. My friend Vanessa actually is going to borrow it after me, but if you want to borrow it after her, let me know. Great read. And then one that I just got in today that I'm super excited to read is The Money Tree. So I've read a book about this author before called Side Hustle. And what better way to, again, get your finances in check and to start a side hustle than in quarantine. So whatever that idea is that you have, I definitely recommend, you going out and attempting to map out a plan. And yeah, so speaking about that and moving forward into kind of why I wanted to make this video, because I like to be busy all the time. It's been a great opportunity for me to kind of take a step back and be like, wow, it's crazy working 70 to 80 hours a week. Like, you're mental. I've been going to sleep getting 8 hours. Like, I've been eating better. I've saved a ridiculous amount of money without eating outside, which is amazing. Like, home cooking, great. Like, I don't cook because I can't. I baked, but I can't cook yet, and so that's probably why my boyfriend's not proposing to me anytime soon, but I'm gonna work on that. But these are some few resources that I actually posted about in my story, and so many people were like, can you just send them to us? And I just was like, okay, I'm gonna make a video over this, and what better way to be my first YouTube video. But anyways, so the first is Camp Tech. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but Camp Tech is a online, and it's in Toronto, and they're offering free courses right now in so many different avenues. So small businesses. So if you are a small business or you're thinking of starting a small business, they have a small businessing free webinar for 2 hours. SEO fundamentals. So for anyone who is in digital marketing or wants to get into digital, SEO fundamentals is a free class. Facebook, Instagram on a budget. Again, everyone is cutting back right now because the world is at a standby. So if you're interested in a free Instagram and Facebook on a budget, definitely recommend reaching out to Camp Tech, or just message me and I'll just forward you the newsletter I get from them every week. I've taken a few of the courses and they're really good and they're free. So you're not doing anything, so might as well learn. Well, not that you're not doing anything, but I'm saying might as well learn instead of watch Netflix. Google Analytics, they have a free course on that. So definitely recommend really leveraging on all the content that companies and organizations are putting out right now, because a lot of it is either at a ridiculously reduced price or it's free for access. So might as well leverage that when you're bored in the house and you're in the house bored. Another thing, I've been paying for LinkedIn Premium for the past 2 years. I don't know why, but I've been doing it. But anyways, now I know why. And I get access to LinkedIn Learning for free. So if you're paying $30 a month for LinkedIn Premium, I knew that there was learning, but I didn't know how many courses that you could take. So definitely something that I definitely recommend you to see if you have LinkedIn Premium. If not, I think you can test drive it for free for 30 days. So might as well just try it. They don't charge your credit card. And I've taken digital marketing courses on that. I took one for design because in my new role, I'm doing a lot in Illustrator and design and Photoshop, and I'm the worst at design. I'm yeah, that looks good, but really there's so much more to it, obviously. So I took a free course on that, free, and it was 5 hours. I did it in sittings, but still free. So definitely recommend that. And then also something that was really awesome is that masterclass. So I'm not sure if anyone's heard of it, but basically they're famous celebrities or really successful people Neil Tyson, Bobby Brown. They teach you, whether it's an hour class or a 5-hour class, of a master class on how they got to where they are now, how they invented the idea. And that is something that I've honestly really found value in. And right now they have a 2-for-1, so you can get one subscription and gift a subscription. So I bought one for myself, and then I'm gonna gift one to, I don't know who yet, but I've let my friends log into my account and use mine. So definitely something that's really awesome that you can go check out now. And last thing, because I'm rambling and I don't know how to edit videos yet, so I'm gonna learn. That's next on my to-do list. But something that I've been listening to every single morning is a podcast, and I didn't write them down because they just came to my mind right now. But I've been listening to so many podcasts in the morning. So I've been waking up, making a cup of coffee, making my bed, going downstairs, setting up shop, and obviously cleaning my shop, like cleaning my desk area every single day. I'm a mess. Like I eat cake and stuff during the day, which is a completely different story. But anyway, so cleaning that, and I've been listening to podcasts. And one podcast that I'm obsessed with right now is the How I Built This podcast. Oh my God, please don't go. And it's by NPR. So you can literally listen to like the CEO of Canva, Soul Cycle. That was a really good one. Soul Cycle's podcast. And it's an individual named Guy, and he basically asks the CEOs of like Canva and the inventors of these massive companies, like, how did you get to where you are? What made you go from like an idea to like this multi-million billion-dollar company? And podcasts range from like 45 minutes to an hour. So I listened to one of those in the morning. Another one that's by a Canadian podcaster, which is great to talk about finances, especially during this time, is Jessica Morehouse. She has a, first of all, she breaks it down. She breaks down anxiety with money. She starts playing. She talks about like the CERB. She talks about taxes during the season. Like any questions that you might have about your finances, she probably has addressed in her podcast. Definitely recommend giving it a listen, and podcasts are free, right? So might as well. And then another podcast that I really enjoy listening to is obviously the Rachel Hollis one. Another fun fact about Rachel Hollis is that every year or every other year, I don't even know, okay, so occasionally, she has a Rise conference where she comes to a major city. So this past March, she was in Toronto, and tickets were very expensive. Like they range from like $250 American to like $1,500 American. So anyways, so her podcast is about like empowerment, like professional development, like really stepping into your true self. And I really, really wanted to attend this podcast, but not this podcast, the event, but it was very expensive out of my budget, so I didn't. But now her Rise conference is online at like a fraction of the price. So like in regular tickets, $45 USD compared to being $250 USD, and it's all online on May 2nd. So if she's someone that you've really enjoyed and like enjoy listening to her podcast like I do, like I registered for it, and it's a live webinar, so I'll just be sitting downstairs on a Saturday and listening to her and her speakers. So it's a great substitution. So that's what I'm saying, that although it feels like we're kind of like trapped in our houses, there's so many free resources out right now that we should be leveraging, and I'm hoping that this video will inspire you, or even if it doesn't inspire you, and even if you're just listening to get me a view because you guys are such great friends, I think it's really important to take a step back, decompress. Life's always so busy, go all the time. It's been nice to just like lay back, be able to read a book, hang out with my family more, clean my room, and just little things. So doing all of those during this time will make you feel a little bit better. So I hope this video helped, and I'm gonna make more YouTube videos moving forward, but they're gonna be mostly of my like stupidity. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So thanks for listening.